You won't believe what these cameras caught 9 times over. From a quiet nursing room prayer to a figure caught by a car's rear cam, these clips are short, sharp, and oddly convincing. We pulled footage from TikTok, YouTube, security cams, and viewer submissions. Watch closely. Decide for yourself. 1. Nursing home, death room. Camila, TikTok. Uploader claims confidentiality. Camila films a small, dim patient room as a resident asks for the room to be blessed. A rosary lies between the woman's fingers. As she prays, the beads are suddenly yanked away, not by a hand you can see, but by a quick motion off camera. A therapy dog whimpers at the doorway, then backs away, tail tucked, refusing to enter. Later, security footage shows the call light blinking on in the same empty room with nobody visible on camera. Viewers react. "That dog knew," one comment reads. "Freeze it at 0014, the beads move on their own." Could be. Uploader claims room has a history and cites confidentiality. Plausible alternatives include a hidden pull or string, edited timing, or a wiring/timer fault that triggered the call light. Viewers react. "That dog knew," one comment reads. "Freeze it at 0014, the beads move on their own." Could be. Uploader claims room has a history and cites confidentiality. Plausible alternatives include a hidden pull or string, edited timing, or a wiring/timer fault that triggered the call light. Viewers react. TikTok, @Camila. Location, unnamed nursing home. Uploader says confidentiality applies. 2. Empty room knocking, door opens to a narrow gap. YouTube, home security clip. A shaker of soft knocks echoes through an otherwise empty building. The camera follows the sound to a closed door. It swings inward to an impossibly narrow dark space, revealing nothing but a sliver of floor and shadow, then closes again as if pushed from within. The uploader pans back and forth, voice shaking. They swear the house was locked and empty when they set the camera. Viewers react. "Would you go in?" reads a pinned comment. The uploader's own hands tremble in the footage. Could be. Drafts in old buildings, warped frames that let doors move, or a staged prank timed to a motion trigger, or just perspective making a normal gap look unnatural. On-screen caption, YouTube, @Urban Watcher. Location, private residence. Security camera. 3. Living room shadow and dogs. TikTok, domestic footage. A woman records a lazy evening, TV glow, 2 dogs snoozing on the sofa. Suddenly, both animals jerk upright, snarling at the front door. A dark, elongated shadow slides along the curtain, pausing as if looking in. The dogs refuse to calm down. One whimpers by the door while the other growls at the corner where nothing stands. Viewers react. "Pets always sense something first," someone comments. Others argue the silhouette lines up with a passing car's headlight. Could be. A passing car or streetlight reflection, a neighbor outside, or even a person moving behind thin curtains. Lighting artifacts trick the eye. On-screen caption, TikTok, @Home Clips. Location, suburban home. Which of those first 3 freaked you out the most? Drop it in the comments and tell us why. Now, keep watching. It gets stranger. 4. Pale face peeking in Lincoln Cathedral. Traveler footage, YouTube short. A tourist steadies their phone to capture the cathedral's stone columns and echoing bells. Mid-shot, a pale, almost featureless face slips out from behind a pillar and peers straight into the lens for the briefest second before melting back into shadow. The camera jitters as if the filmer's breath catches, and the bells toll in the background, making the moment feel sacred and wrong at once. Viewers react. "It's like the building itself blinked," someone writes. Comments split between "actor on a tour" and "no person should look like that under those lights." Could be. A tourist in white clothing, a reflection from a camera screen, or a trick of exposure and motion blur that turns an ordinary face into something uncanny. On-screen caption, YouTube, @Wanderlands. Location, Lincoln Cathedral. Date, allegedly recent. 5. Pram rolls by itself at an auction house. Security camera, auction house footage. A wide-angle security camera watches a back hallway lined with stacked chairs and boxes. A small pram, left against a wall, begins to move. Slowly at first, then picks up speed and glides into the corridor, coming to rest in the middle of the floor with no one nearby. Later, the uploader posts that managers called a local psychic to see if anything lingered. The psychic's visit is shown in a separate clip. Viewers react. "Object-focused hauntings always creep me out," one comment says. Others mutter about slanted floors. Could be an unseen push from a passerby, uneven flooring or vibration from heavy vehicles, or a staged clip to drum up views. The psychic angle is the uploader's response, not proof. On-screen caption, security cam, auction house, uploader, at estate sale finds. 6. Two figures in a neighbor's window at night. Viewer submitted, Canada. A man films his neighbor's house across a narrow lane after noticing light in the window. Two silhouettes are visible, one slumped as if crying, the other tall and upright. They don't move like people normally do when they notice being filmed. Instead, the scene holds like a posed photograph while the man debates calling for help. Viewers react. Is this domestic trouble or something else? Many ask. Some argue the filmer should have called the police. Others say fear or shock froze their fingers. Could be an interior photo shoot, a couple dealing with a personal crisis, or a staged tableau for social media. The stillness could be a trick of shutter and distance. On-screen caption, viewer submitted, at Northside Watch, location, Canada. Uploader claims no one intervened. Pause it and look again at the second window from the left. What do you notice? 7. Shadow in an empty store aisle knocks products down. Security footage, retail outlet. Down a bright aisle of canned goods, a black human-shaped smear drifts past the shelves. As it moves, several items topple in cascade to the floor, as if an invisible hand brushed them aside. The night shift security feed shows the motion at normal speed, then replays it in slow motion. There's no employee visible in the frame at the moment of impact. Viewers react. Either someone is out of frame or this is a real physical interaction, reads a top reply. Many point out the way products fall in a single tilt, not a scatter. Could be a worker just off camera, a poorly aligned camera blind spot, a strong draft from an HVAC vent, or purposeful tampering staged for shock value. On-screen caption, security cam, at store watch, location, regional supermarket, time, overnight. 8. Distorted woman in Staten House. Viewer Ryan, urban exploration footage. Ryan uploads his late-night exploration of an old, derelict Staten House. The corridor hums with his flashlight. Doors gape like open mouths. Down the hallway, a figure stands motionless, then vanishes when he approaches. He later freezes a frame and zooms in. The face is stretched, as if the pixels are arguing with one another. Features smeared into a human-shaped smear. Viewers react. Urban explorers always find something, one comment says. But this looks like a compression artifact, another counters. Could be camera compression in low light noise warping a passerby or a coat on a peg. Multiple exposures or sensor lag can create grotesque, elongated faces. On-screen caption, viewer submitted, at Ryan Explores, location, Staten House, uploader, viewer submission. 9. Rear camera apparition, the one-armed construction worker. Dashcam, rear cam, driver footage. A driver is stuck in slow traffic on a dim road. Nothing in the mirror suggests anyone nearby, but the moment they flip to the rear camera, a figure appears inches from the bumper. A construction worker in a reflective vest who seems to be missing an arm. The person remains oddly still as the car inches away. When viewed again, shadows don't line up with the surrounding streetlights. Viewers react. How did no one see them? A comment asks. Others point out that the figure's reflection and shadow are inconsistent with the scene. Could be a passerby obscured in the side mirrors, a reflection caught between glass layers, or a parallax glitch when the camera switches feeds. Motionless figures are easier to fake and harder to explain. On-screen caption, dash cam, at night drive clips, location, unknown roadway, uploader, driver submitted. Quick recap: ordinary places, ordinary objects, people and pets, and sudden moments that don't feel ordinary. We just ran through a nursing room prayer, and a dog that won't go in, a face in a cathedral, a pram that rolls, and a rear cam that shows someone who shouldn't be there. Each clip leaves you with a single frozen image that refuses to sit comfortably with the world you knew a second before. Let's be honest, some of these clips will convince you. Others will make your skeptic's spine tingle. For every eerie detail, there's a possible mundane answer. Wires, drafts, reflections, camera glitches, editing. That's the point. These are not courtroom exhibits. They're brief windows into moments where technology, animal instinct, and human fear collide. Before you rush off to explore abandoned places or test late-night doorways, a reminder: never trespass, never put yourself or others in danger, and never exploit vulnerable people on camera. The nursing home uploader, for example, says she can't share details because of confidentiality. Treat that clip with care and respect. If you've got footage like this, short, raw, and uncut, send it to the email in the description or drop it in the submission link. We'll watch, we'll show it, let the community weigh in. And one last thing, subscribe for more real encounters. Comment below with the clip that made you say "nope" out loud, and tell us which explanation you think fits best. Some moments need no labels. They simply arrive, look at us through glass and pixels, and then leave. What did you see? What do you think happened? Decide for yourself. And if you find something strange tonight, tell us about it.